Hello and welcome back to another episode of Uphill Downhill Smooth Tarmac. We're back in the workshop. Dave's had the go ahead for this customer's bike to be fully serviced and repaired. So first thing we're going to do, strip down. It's strip down time.
Yeah.
So you know what that means? It means we're going to cue the credits and then we're going to strip the bike down in a time-lapse style. Let's get on with it. Okay, so it didn't actually take very long, even without the time lapse. The bike's stripped down, and actually, upon reflection, one thing that's turned out really well is the bottom bracket is fine. Bottom bracket smooth. However, the wheels that in the first video we thought were probably going to be all right and that the hubs were okay, not so much, Dave.
No, it's really stiff to turn and notchy. You can feel that. You can probably, I don't know if you can see my hand moving.
Probably
that's where
can.
the bearings are shaking my hand.
They're really quite rough. So actually, although you could put your money into repairing these, what are you thinking?
I'm going to go back to the customer.
Yeah.
Ask him if he wants them repaired or if he wants to purchase another set of wheels for it. We do have some in stock that
have been built by you.
Hand built by Pickering.
You all know how I feel about Dave's custom built wheels, because if I can't break them, nobody can break them. Yeah, so we'll go back to the customer. In the meantime, if we crack on and put some fresh cables and outers on.
Yep.
As you can see, the bike's stripped down. I've took the bar tape off. This I chipped in, and this definitely has been used on the turbo trainer because it is absolutely disgusting. For those of you that bring turbo trainer bikes into bike shops, think on. It's bogging.
Proper minging.
Proper minging. It's disgusting. I don't even want to talk about it any more than that. Let's crack on and put some cables in it. Okay, so next step, we're going to cut all the outers for the gears and the brakes. You can do it all in one a day.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the 2 gear cables that come from these external adjusters here into the frame. Yeah,
top tip if you're using these shifters and you're doing this bike yourself, don't forget these. These little adjusters, these Jaguar jobbies.
The more adjusters you've got on the cables, the better. The easier it is to set them up.
Especially with an older group set, eh?
So I've just used a dart actually there, that trusty old dart that we use. So that will be going there. I'll put a ferrule on there in a second. But if you look from the front, that's about right. Nice bit of play in that. Service loop, as they call it. And all I'll do is cut the one the other side to the same length.
Got to be the same length, so it looks right.
Yeah, the ones that we took off weren't the same length. There we go.
Well, they were the wrong length, most of them, by the look of it. Right,
decent
onwards.
cutters.
Yeah, it's all about the Park Tools cutters. You won't get any better. Next up, so we've got brake cables, brake cable outers. So, what have you gone for, Dave? Jaguar?
So, these are Jaguar. No, it's just Shimano M system actually.
Oof! Wow.
I'll need to trim the ends. As you cut a lot of these cables, the spiral wrap cables anyway, you tend to get a bit of turnover like that there. It's impossible to see probably.
No, you can see it. So that with that there, you're going to get really bad performance from your brakes, aren't you? And frayed cables. So
that'll be trimmed with the proper cutters. Getting the length right. I've got lucky here that is going to fit there, lovely like that. Again, nice bit of loop. That enables the bars to go up and down if they need to. So that's that one. The rear one goes in from there. You'll need ferrules on the end to go in there properly. I'm going to take 3 centimetres off there. Just mark it with my thumbnail like that. Pull it out. Cutters. There we go. And then
you always use a lined cable, don't you, Dave?
Yes, yes. We do have some non-lined cable, but we've had it for I don't know how long, years, and I don't think we'll ever use it. very old school.
So if you are doing this again, if you're doing this at home, top tip, I mean, like you say, you use the end of an old dart, you've got to make sure the ends are clear. So the cables run smoothly. If they catch, you're going to get really poor performance. And you're just going to throw the cables in time, isn't it, Dave? Really, it's not.
Yeah,
not ideal.
Put a ferrule on that end. I don't think it needs a ferrule to go in the back of here. Actually, no, they fit in there without a ferrule.
I don't think it does.
That'll seat in there nicely. Look, there you go. So that's nice and clear. Pop that in there, and then push it home in there. There we go. That's it. Fits nicely into the channel of the bars here. So inners next.
Inner cables. Right, so next up, time for some inners. I'm going to jump in on this one.
You want to do the brake?
I'll do brake. Oh, you're giving me gear, are you? Right, okay.
And I'll do gear from this side.
So, stainless steel cables, Dave?
Yeah, stainless steel. Prefer these to obviously galvanised. Galvanised will oxidise a little bit after a time and give you a bit of a coating, which can spoil your shifting.
That's it.
And I prefer them to Shimano coated as well. Shimano have a polymer coating on that's supposed to make them slick, but that coating rubs off.
It does.
Be a bit of a pain and can make the cables snap. So these levers are fantastic.
Oh, they're brilliant. I was just about to say that.
So easy to do.
If you have a winter bike of any description, you need these. If you like working on your bike, just this with external routing is the dream. So easy to work on, isn't it?
So you do a brake cable that side.
I'll take the rear brake.
I'll do the front brake.
Again, even these go in so easy.
Well,
so easy.
He says.
Yeah, he says, and then it's not going to be. No, it is. It is, I'm in. There we go.
I've lost my outer cable, but I'll find that in a second.
Mine's gone the distance.
You can do one cable at a time. We're doing this from the front to the back, basically.
Just the way it's going. Okay, so with all the outers and the inners in place, next thing is to secure these cables to the bars.
Yeah. Fortunately, there's only brakes to do. I usually put one right on the inside of the bend.
Oh yeah.
Got a piece of tape already cut.
Yeah.
Just pull it a little bit tight. You can see the tape going a little bit discoloured as I pull it. There you go. Nice and tight.
Now, I don't know about you, I do two places.
Yeah.
I have serviced people's bikes before when they've taped all the way down it. Yeah, I don't know where that idea's come from, but to me that's weight.
Yeah. A little bit of extra tape.
Me being a bit on the tubbier side, I like to save weight where I can. So there you go, two spots like that, both sides, and then it'll be on to the next step. There we go, I'm going back. Total disclosure, it's not a little bit later, it's the following day. Because your customer didn't come back to you, did he?
That's right, yeah.
So we've got a brew in hand, a bike in the stand. Hey, that rhymes again, I did it again. That wasn't even on purpose. Right, we've got the bike up to a point where we've got the cables in. So the next step
Wheels.
Wheels. Now, you talked him into it, didn't you?
Yeah, so he's got a nice set of hand-built Pickering's bikes wheels.
Let's talk about them. So what did we go for in the end? So they're hand-built by you.
Yep.
So, as I said before, if I can't break them, nobody can.
Yeah, so Shimano 105 hubs.
Yep.
Bulletproof, really.
Nice.
As long as you keep them properly, because they're cup and cone bearings.
Yep.
Some nice Mavic CXP Pro rims.
Oh,
I think they're 32 hole, something like that. Sapim Race stainless steel spokes.
Proper spokes.
And brass nipples.
Brass nipples.
Can't beat brass nipples.
Right, so Pirelli P7s. I'm not familiar with these. Tell me about Pirelli's road tyres. I've never used them.
Bit of history then. We used to like Schwab ones. They were fantastic. But then they changed them to make them tubeless.
Okay.
And they didn't fit the rims very well.
Right.
Generally.
I'm with you.
We thought we can't leave people on the side of the road with a puncture with a tyre they can't get off.
Okay.
So we sought an alternative tyre and we found Pirelli P0s.
Yeah.
Bit expensive.
So these are the budget?
These are more budget folding Pirellis.
Okay.
I'm trying them myself, but I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, the compound feels soft.
Yeah.
And you've gone for 25Cs?
25Cs.
25Cs, wow. I can already tell straight away that these are a lot lighter than what we've taken out. So hopefully this is gonna, even with 25s on, this is gonna go really well, isn't it?
Yeah. And this spin lovely.
Yeah, I expect nothing less.
So we've put the cassette on, ready to go in the bike.
Right, so we're gonna put these in. Tell you what, swap over. I'll do the front one, you can do the back one. Let's get these in, and then after that, what we're gonna do, chain,
then set up the gears and brakes.
Okay, right, let's pop the wheels in.
Then bar tape.
And then, yeah, bar tape. We're going to pull Jack into that one, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right, okay, let's pop these wheels in, and then we'll carry on. Hey, you know what I've done? I put it in backwards. Quality, well done, Jeff. Well done, Jeff. There we go.
One of the things I'm going to do is just drop it off the stand.
And seat them.
Seat them properly. You let gravity be our fate.
That's in. Okay. Make sure that's right.
There we go. Just a bit tight on the back.
Looking good though.
There we go. And we're in.
Right, probably back in the stand. Right. Next up, chain.
Yeah, so KMC 10-speed X10 chain. Came with links.
Quick links. A quick link.
Bit of Park Tool, fancy tools.
Nice.
That we'll hopefully use.
Right.
Okay.
Let's show everyone how you put it on.
Yeah. Through the front derailleur first, just to sort of get it to hold on the inside ring. Through the back, smallest cog. Pull the derailleur down. Make sure it goes underneath the plate there. Around the back.
No graceful way of doing this, Dave, is there?
No. It wasn't tangled up, so it's not too bad. One link out. Yeah, ready to go.
So you thread it through.
Yeah, thread it through. And actually, given that gear, actually it's not too bad. I'll probably take one link out, but what I'll do first is I'll fit the link in and see how it changes through the gears when I've got the gear cable sorted out, and then maybe take a link out of the chain link.
Smashing. Right.
So we want to be able to work big.
Just a case of getting the old quick links.
Quick links in there. Roll it up.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. That one worked by hand. So there we go. It's a bit short, that chain. Actually, it's quite a lot short.
Bit short, bit long.
Bit long, sorry. The other short.
The other short. The opposite of short.
Yeah. So there we go.
That's it. So 2 links out. It should be about right now.
Yeah. Super. Okay. So there we go.
Next step.
Cables.
Have some gears.
Have some gears, yeah.
So you've pulled on it. I see you tidied the cables up.
Yeah, just get an Allen key. I think it's 5mm.
Allen key.
On an old Tiagra. I'm going to pull that tight, using my thumb as a brace. Like
I don't know about you. I always I do a couple of turns out the old adjuster at the back before I do that, because the amount of times I've pulled it too tight.
Get the banjo string tight.
Banjo string tight. Is that a technical term?
Technical term, yeah.
All right.
So it's going to need a bit of adjustment. Oh no, it's going, but it's a bit slightly reluctant. I'm going to do it here to start off with.
You're just undoing the adjuster screw at the back of the mech there,
yeah,
aren't you?
So if I want to make it easier to go up the cassette, I turn
anti-clockwise,
as if it's going up the cassette. Yeah. I want to make it easier to go down, turn it as if it's going down the cassette.
Oh, yeah. Good way of looking at it. Good way of looking at it.
Get the bottom gear working fine, and the rest should follow. Not quite. A little bit of slack in the derailleur.
For this 10-speed though, this 10-speed Tiagra, you know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Bomb-proof stuff. That sounds promising.
Lovely action. Lovely light action.
Let's go from the back as well.
There's nothing interrupting the cable. No internal cable routing to make it difficult. No sharp bends. Basically lovely. A little bit more.
That's just as all the outers and such start to settle on the bike, I find that you've got to go a few times till it's all compressed in together. And then you get a good shift. That's cracking, that is.
Do a few in the middle, backwards and forwards. They're the hardest ones. Yeah. They're the ones you want to use when you're riding. just still slightly reluctant going up. Tiny little change. Lovely.
That's cracking.
Okay, front derailleur. Don't know if you can get this in, Jeff.
Let's have a look.
On this type of derailleur, there's a little pin there.
Oh,
the
yeah,
cable needs to go that side of that, and then the
Yeah.
other side of this cinch bolt.
Got you.
Okay, and again,
Okay.
what I'm going to do, I'm going to loosen that a little bit and pull it tight. Yeah. Again, it's the exterior cable routing external.
You
Lovely.
can check if it's
And I
tight
can
before you
just
even
do
get
this
any
with
order.
it. No problem
Nice.
at all. Right, let's
Same again.
nicely in the middle of the block at the back. This derailleur's already lined up.
That's
But
great.
the first thing to do when you're setting any derailleur up, basically, is it lined up correctly, rear or front, and that should be parallel with the chain ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got you.
Okay,
Right.
so here we go. First click straight up.
Oh, look at that. Will it drop then? There we go.
Yeah. So the next thing is just to refine that a little bit, to make sure that when I'm in big, although you shouldn't use it, that it's missing the derailleur.
Which it is, which is good.
Yeah. And then I'll go down to the bottom, make sure it's missing the derailleur at the bottom, and it is, which is a little bit unusual. Usually I need to have a trim on it. But,
Yeah, that's come out lovely, that has, hasn't it?
This doesn't need a trim. Drop it down to the little ring, and just make sure that in the easiest gear,
Yeah.
we've got the limit screws right on the inside of there, and that looks pretty good.
Nice. So that's gears done. So it's time to do the brakes. Brakey brake time. We've brought Jack in because we're about to get a little bike shop hack for the front brake. Now, bearing in mind, I've been doing this for years, so have all of you, but this is quality. So this is how Jack does a front brake. So Dave, you can narrate for Jack while he works if you want.
So loosen the adjuster first, the barrel adjuster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Squeeze the brake blocks onto the rim with your foot on the cable, and then that cable is banjo string tight. Tighten up the cinch bolt like so. Yeah. Wheel won't move. Yeah. And then loosen off the barrel adjuster until you got your desired effect on the brake blocks. Fantastic.
That's top tip hack of the day, that is. I'm blown away with that.
That's how bike shops do it.
It doesn't work on the back though.
A little bit of an adjustment on the dual pivot caliper there, just to get the brake blocks going in at the same time. I did notice that when we first looked at the bike, that they were a bit out.
We flagged this up when we checked it. This little bolt here, this one, that one was so far out, the pads wouldn't even be level, let alone engaging at the same time.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, onto the
Tom.
back.
Same sort of. You don't do that as much.
Okay.
You still undo the barrel
wrap it
adjuster.
around the,
There we go. Check that out.
wrap it around the quick release. Look at that. You need strong fingers to do that, mind you. I don't think.
Yeah, you can tell he works in the shop most of the time, Dave.
I don't think many people would be able to do that. Actually,
out.
release the barrel adjuster.
Yep.
Not quite there because the brake blocks aren't in the right place. 4mm Allen key. 3mm Allen key.
3mm Allen key.
Release the dual pivot a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah, that's still a bit tight, that. Oh, there we go, it's going. I'm just doing my bit.
Pumping it from the front.
There we go, give that a spin.
There we go.
There you go. That is the top tip of the day, that. We'll have that. With that top tip out of the way, it's now time for the cable ends and some snipping.
Yeah. Arc tool click cutters. Fantastic.
We're going to have a competition to see how many times you can mark the end of it.
One. Just do them all. Two.
Keep them all the right length as well.
Yeah, about that.
Got to be the right length.
One at the back. I don't do them too short. You can't get the crimps on easily, can you?
Nope.
Throw those on the floor. Then slide that in there like that.
That's it, on it goes. Pump it up.
There we go.
There we go. And that's the same all through the bike.
Yep.
Happy days. Right, so the bike is, well, we're nearly finished. And what we've done is we've handed over to Jack, who is going to sort out the bar tape.
Indeed.
So, It's all on you now, mate. So I have my method. I bet Dave's got his method. But
yeah,
after your little trick with the brakes, mate, it's all on you.
So there's sometimes two ways I'll do this. One is cutting it at an angle there.
Yeah.
And then that'll go inside the bars.
Okay.
And I wrap them there. But one way I'm trying to do it at the moment is without putting them on. So actually having it sort of like that.
Just going with the wrap round.
Just going with the wrap round without cutting it at all. So yeah.
What I tend to do is I do a wrap round like the small section like you did.
Yep. Yeah.
And then I put the bar end plug in, and the trick somebody's taught me is just to unwrap slightly and then pull tight.
Okay.
So it pulls it into the plug.
Yeah.
As long as it's taken right. So
usually.
Here we go. Now this is a Marmite task on a bike. I find it is anyway. I absolutely love wrapping bar tape.
I'm the same as you, Jeff. I love
I find it's just
therapeutic.
It's therapeutic. It makes the bike as well for me. The bar tape's got to be right.
It does as well. If you get them nicely spaced,
yeah.
It does. It makes a world of difference to how the bike really looks with the finished result. Yeah.
You've got to be sure to keep it nice and tight as well.
Yeah, keeping constant pressure on it, especially around the bends.
Yeah.
It saves you getting. So if I don't wrap that enough, it'll be easier when I get around here.
Yeah.
To show. Keeping constant pressure, making sure it's nicely spaced. But here, so if I do that, for instance, a bit too loose, you see you've got that bit there?
Yeah.
Now then, if I give that a little bit of pressure, it's all flat, nice and flush with the bars there.
I probably should say at this point, it's always worth using quality bar tape.
Oh yeah, if you can, get gel-backed bar tape. Gel-backed bar tape is bloody
Goes
brilliant.
on well, doesn't it?
You're not left with the horrible sticky marks that you're left with. Right,
you can reposition the gel stuff as well, can't you?
You can indeed. So this is where a lot of people will do it differently. I think everyone's got their own sort of method, but how I
no
do it.
cheat strip for you?
No.
Happy days, that's what we like to hear. It
simple.
does have another name as well, that strip.
Oh yeah,
an old bike tech friend of mine, but I won't. I won't put it on this video, otherwise we'll have to 18 rate it.
So it's just as simple as that. Pull the bar tape down past where it is, and pull it nice and tight, and then you should be left with a nice joint. There is a little bit there, but
you can pull that in. There you go.
There we are.
Smashing.
And I like to get a nice tight round here, making sure it's all nice and equal between the wraps.
I say that. You can tell that somebody who does this all the time, you can spot it a mile away, it's so even. Although I notice you haven't counted your wraps, which some people do, which I don't think anybody's got time for that.
No need to count the wraps.
Just keep it even.
Just keep it even and it'll be fine in the end product, I expect.
That's going on well, that. Really nice.
So this is where I'll adjust it. See, this one's a bit wider than these.
Oh yeah.
I'll now back it off because I know that I'm not going to reach to sort of here with that much. So what I'll do, bring it back, and I'll widen those the gaps between the wraps.
Yeah, that's looking real nice.
Right.
What are we using? It's a Velo one, isn't it?
It's a Velo wrapper. It's not my favourite. I usually use a brand called Widget, but
yeah, Widget.
This is feels very nice.
It's going on really nice. You can see it's a lovely finish on it. Really nice. Cracking.
So now to finish it.
Yep.
What I'll do is I'll just wrap it as I was normally wrapping it, and then you match that angle there, make it nice and straight.
Got you.
Bring it back, and then go.
Looking good.
There we are, nice and straight with the. So I don't use the finishing strips that they provide.
No, I think a lot of people don't use the finishing strips. I know I don't.
They tend
because they just lift.
They tend to come off very easily. So I just like some electrical tape. Try and wrap it the same way that you've wrapped the bars as well. It does make things a little bit easier if you do have to unwrap.
Yeah.
Nice and tight wrap around it. Now, I do like to pass my thumb over so you get that nice, no creases in the insulation.
No, you can't have creases.
So that's it really. Only we don't need many wraps on there.
No, extra weight that is.
Exactly. And that's that.
And just fold the old
Fold
hood
the old
back.
hood back.
Look at that, there you go.
And
Nice.
then with this bit, you fold the excess in. Where the longest bit is, I tend to like to have that as the bit where I plug that in. There we go.
Cracking.
It does help if you've got really strong hands.
Yep.
Yeah, I have.
Nice work. That looks great. Right, we'll let you crack on, do the other one.
No, brilliant.
Right, and with that, the bike is finished, and it's another bike done, just not in my workshop, but in Dave and Jack's beautiful bike shop. So the bike has turned out really, really well. We'll do some close-ups of it after this. It's ready to go back to the customer. The nice thing is you've seen everything that's gone into this. You can see what you're spending your money on. It's that expertise, that critical eye to make sure this is safe and ready to be ridden on the road again. And with that, I'd like to thank you both for letting me come and invade your shop and for going on camera and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, good.
And then it's got to be the sign-off, which you guys know because you've seen my videos. So I hope that your next ride is downhill with smooth tarmac, which is your phrase, pinched it from you. We'll do a video on that one day.
Yeah.
Keep your wheels spinning, keep your rubber on the road, be safe out there. Wherever you end up, have happy trails, look after your bike. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe and all that.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Very good, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
there we go.
We have polished a turd, by the way.
Yeah, we've roundly polished the turd. It's done. It's done and dusted. But actually, we took some weight out of it, didn't we? So it's good. It's good.
It's very good.
Yeah, you would say that. It's in your shop.
Bias.
That's it. Right, we're off.
Yep.
See you at the next one. But go and ride your bike.